The weather is pretty good. This week it's supposed to be really nice, which is good for us because we've got so much to get done.
Hey guys, we're going to be working on the house today. We're going to be doing some siding and window installation.
And on the homestead, we're going to be putting in a new concrete pad for Sterling, our horse in training. We had to take the siding off in order to be able to create bigger openings for the new windows, and although it was a big job, I'm so glad we did it. The blackish red dirt that you're seeing here is actually thousands of dead ladybugs that seem to have been living underneath the siding. We also found that where the old wooden windowsills had rotted out, allowing water in, a hole had been created which had given the ants and wasps the access they needed to get inside the insulation. Around the other side of the house we found a gap in the soffit which had been used by a family of squirrels who had made their nest in the roof. I will say it wasn't the easiest place to get to, unless you're a squirrel of course, but we cleaned it out and closed the hole, and then we were ready for the windows. This pile of rock here is the rock that we ordered to try and fix Sterling's pen. That pen has been an absolute mud pit since we put it in. And this winter we decided that we wanted to get that solved so that Sterling doesn't have to stand in the mud, and make it a bit better for him in there.
All right, so if you would put more rock in there and get it within 5 inches of the top of the form. So you're already halfway there, or 2/3. It'll take you like 3 or 4 more wheelbarrows.
We've got a lot of rock to move today, Socks. What do you say? What do you say? The concrete truck is coming at 1 o'clock. So we started on it last night. I did 10 wheelbarrows, and then I've got to finish it off this morning. Hey, you gonna help me? This is our little barn cat, Socks. We call her Socks because she got white socks, haven't you? You guys are like super interested in what's going on here, huh? Okay, I'm done. We'll see what Caleb thinks when he gets back, and hopefully there's enough rock here to receive the concrete. So exciting! But now it is time for breakfast. Going back to the window install, because this wall you're seeing is a load-bearing wall, Caleb had to make supports while he took out the old windows, made the hole bigger, and put in the new headers to hold up the roof. We patched the outside with ply, and then we were ready to put the house wrap on, which seemed to have been missing from the original build.
Just walk like you normally would. I need you to be here so you can hold it while I start stapling it.
In case you're wondering about my hesitation, here's the balance beam awaiting me for the next part of the project. Not exactly code, but it worked. After I got over my fear of being up on the homemade scaffolding, it felt really good to get the house covered up. While it may seem like a time-consuming addition to your home, the primary purpose of the house wrap is to prevent air and water leaks that may have seeped past the vinyl exterior, and having seen the insect invasion we just cleaned up, I wouldn't recommend anyone skipping this step in a home remodel. Kimberly-Clark, don't they make toilet paper? That's
Really?
quite funny.
You could wipe your behind with it. I would. Totally would. It's got ribs and everything.
Next was to put the windows in. These ones came with a built-in flange, which made install super easy, and once they were in, we were ready to put back the siding. To save money on our budget, we only purchased one box of new siding, which would give a refinished appearance to the front of the house. We then salvaged the good siding that we had removed and reused it on the other two sides, having scrubbed and bleached every piece by hand to remove the stains and mold, and it really did come out looking good as new. Someone figured out where the water was. The concrete truck comes in an hour, so I am going to take Double and Sterling and move them into the back paddock, because I don't think they'll like the truck very much. These old cattle panels are so handy to have around. They make a great trellis for any vining plant in the garden, but here we're salvaging one to use as a reinforcement in the concrete slab we're about to pour. This was my first experience of seeing how concrete is poured, and the key is really being ready for the truck. We had ordered 2.5 cubic yards to fill the depth of the form that Caleb made, and once the pour started, it needed to be moved into place pretty quickly to avoid it spilling into the areas where we didn't want it. That bucket lad?
Just wherever. I'll need to clean out too.
Papa.
Huh? You?
What are you doing?
I'm smooth. After we dip it in here. It looks like hot chocolate when we put hot mud in here.
Hey, buddy. Well, I'm happy to say that the concrete pad has done its job. It cured just in time for last night. We had a storm, the rain came down, and this morning there is no mud pit to clean out. Coming up next, inside the house, we get to work on some plumbing issues that we found in the basement. And then I get to work on a mini coop. I found a really cute coop design because our growing flock have got too many roosters and they need to be separated.
From the valley to the border, from the river to the rolling hills, voices calling out from yesterday. And the old folks and the old ways and the laughing smile of a Geordie girl, she's the one who stole my heart away.